What's going on, everybody? So today was the big day for Sony and PlayStation. I got my friend here, fellow YouTuber RexSparx. We're going to be talking about the PlayStation Showcase for September 2021. The thing opened with this whole play has no limits thing. This weird opening that they did, kind of a chess motif. Very weird. Then we got Jim Ryan coming out, the guy that everybody hates now. And then after that, we got the first thing. We got the Star Wars KOTOR remake. How did you feel about that? Because for me, I never played it. I've heard good things about the KOTOR games, but this is going to be a remake from, I think the name of the studio is Aspire. And I've heard about this, I want to say not even months ago. I want to say a year ago, but it was recent that I've heard about this. But what did you think about this KOTOR remake? Are you excited for that or anything?
Oh, dude, I'm absolutely like jazzed about that because it's like I played KOTOR 2 like a few months ago actually when we were like really knee deep in this pandemic thing, and I had the time to, and KOTOR 2 was absolutely insane. Like I'm like this needs a remake. So this is just step one. I never played the first one, but two is all that. It's all that. So if they have the improvements that brought to the table and put it in the first one, and then the second one gets remade, dude, it's the perfect storm. This is a good sign right here. And for PlayStation to have gotten this, yeah, it's gonna be on PC. I already know that because people are already up in arms about is it gonna be for PC? Oh my god, this is just a slap in the face to all the PC marks. No, you PC marks. It's going to PC, just like almost every other exclusive that PlayStation has for a year.
I was just
Always
about to
ends
bring
up
that
going
up.
on
I
there.
was just about to bring that
So
up. Yeah, a lot of
it's
PlayStation
like so
games coming to PC.
so it's like all of the cries for like, is it coming for PC? Yes, in a year. We'll have it for a year, and then it'll be on PC, and it'll be modded to hell and back. Okay, but
And if
yes,
they
I am
can't wait,
very
they can
much.
always use an emulator because you know that's what they're gonna do.
That's true. So, but yeah, this little teaser, I am very hyped to see them like Sony bring this to the table. Like instant, like oh yeah, this is a good start. So yeah, very much excited for that.
So only thing with this, so two questions before I go to the next game. One was the old KOTOR game like a turn-based RPG sort of thing? I only seen like a tiny bit of like the old gameplay, so I'm not too familiar with it. So
No, it's
was
not.
it
It's not turn based. It's based. But it is RPG like. Um, it is very RPG like though. It's not turn based though, and very
so it's
story
like
driven.
it's like real time action.
Uh huh. But
Okay.
the combat was very piss. Like
So it
very
was
piss
like
poor.
slow. It was like very slow.
Yeah, not as bad as Fallout 1 and 2, but it was like in that kind of echelon of like, oh, this could be so much better. This could be so much better if this was remade today. So yeah,
Okay, okay. I got to see some gameplay on it. You know, maybe I'll check it out. The next thing they showed was Project Eve. Now, I'm already seeing online. You know exactly what I'm about to say. So, so I'm already seeing online with this Project Eve. With this, I can't even get it out. With this Project Eve game, I'm already seeing online people already. You know, the degenerates are already coming out. The degenerates already coming out talking about the female character. People are already comparing this gameplay. You know, people mentioning Devil May Cry, Nier Automata, and Bayonetta. A lot of people mentioning Bayonetta. This looked pretty good. Only thing is, and I believe this is also the game that my brother said that. So my brother mentioned the fact that one of the games didn't look like it. For lack of a better word, it kind of looked last gen, or at least like it didn't look as detailed as like the other games. I didn't think the graphics looked like I didn't think the graphics looked too impressive. As far as like the gameplay goes and like the enemy designs, like just the designs in general, like it looks interesting. It looks cool. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I've seen people say that the enemies kind of look like Bloodborne enemies. Is this looking interesting to you?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, aside from the whole like the second I saw, let me get this out the way because I'm gonna joke about this regardless. The second I saw her ass, I'm like, oh god, I can already smell the sausage fingers on Twitter right now. I could just smell the sausage fingers on Twitter typing away comes of her ass. I'm like,
Bruh,
oh
I've
no.
already seen people. I've already seen somebody make a Rule 34 comment. I've already seen
Oh, believe
somebody
me,
say.
believe
I've already seen
all
somebody
they
say,
need.
"Oh, I was looking at the gameplay. I was looking at the gameplay." Like he
I
wasn't looking
just
at her butt.
all they need is 5 seconds. 5 seconds of a character design. That's it. That's all they need. But anyway, this looks very interesting, especially combat wise. It's like any hack and slash games nowadays. I'll just give an outright chance for, because I love hack and slash games. This is a pretty much a
Yeah,
no
we don't
brainer to
get a
me.
lot of them now.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
like
the last
usually,
good
like
one.
usually, what we get nowadays is like everything is like Soul style. Like everything is just like
Yeah,
Dark Souls and like Neo and everything. So when I see
I
something
mean
like this, I'm definitely excited.
the last decent hack and slash game, like personally for me, and
Devil May
you
Cry
already know
5.
I'm gonna. No, besides that, aside from that, if you have a Switch, it's No More Heroes 3.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah,
if you
yeah,
don't,
that too. Yeah,
it technically does it does have hack and slash elements in it, and I even stated like in my review, which you should go check out now, by the way,
shameless
that
plug.
it does. I don't care. I gotta get
Yeah,
my shit in.
check out his No More Heroes review. Check that out.
um, yeah, I I even mentioned like it does play like more so Devil May Cry this time than it did like in the other two games. It's like more fluent and more and definitely more stylized because you actually have to look out for like enemies like creeping up behind you and shit like that. You got to take better care of your surroundings in that game too. But yeah, that is like the real last good hack and slash game aside from Devil May Cry 5 obviously. It's like but yeah, as far as Project Eve goes, like yeah, definitely a get, and I would love to see more of it. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm looking at the gameplay as we're talking about it, and man, I'm definitely gonna be looking out for this. I mean, if anything, it looks like a better version of Bayonetta. I'm definitely looking for this. And just because I
there's
just
that
want to
cheap
see.
beat.
So did they talk about a release date on this? Let me see before we move on. Because I don't think they did. Nah, I don't think they
Yeah,
did.
this looks absolutely insane, dude. And especially like fighting grotesque looking aliens and shit. Like, yeah, please,
Yeah,
please.
man. Oh, so the next game they showed was Tiny Tina Wonderlands. And listen, I say this as a fan of
Oh
Borderlands
god.
1, as a fan of Borderlands
Oh god.
1 and 2. This looks like more Borderlands. I really just after Borderlands 2 for me the series is kind of over. It's I mean, like people are going to still enjoy this game. If you enjoyed Borderlands 3 and Borderlands the pre-sequel, you're probably going to enjoy this. I love Tiny Tina as a character. I'm good on this. The gameplay that they showed a little gameplay snippets and everything there. Um, Nothing too impressive. You know, this. I think I'm just done with Borderlands. But for those people that enjoy it, it looks like it could be fun. What do you think about it?
I can't really like disagree with any of what you just said with this, because and this is someone who's played Borderlands 3 when it first came out. I'm kind of over it. I'm kind of over like the Borderlands hype. Like after Borderlands 3, I'm just like, you know what? I'm tapping on this on this. So this pretty much did like okay. This probably might be a get when I see it on like a discount section or something. Like I probably might get it if I'm completely bored and it's like way cheap. But at the gate, nah, I can pass on this, dude.
All right, that's fair. So the next game that they showed, and I think that this honestly to me, just like based on gameplay. because they showed a lot of games that had gameplay. I mean, obviously everything that they showed didn't have gameplay, but they showed some games. They showed like everything that they showed. Well, okay, not everything they showed, but a lot of the stuff that they showed, it had gameplay snippets in it, and I think that this game had like the best gameplay of the show, and that was Forespoken. This game was announced, I believe, last year at the PlayStation
Yep.
showcase for the PS5. So this game looks nuts, man. Only thing I'll say about the gameplay, as far as what they showed us, like I think it could have been the screen, and it could be like the videos that are being uploaded to YouTube. I did notice some lag there, but outside of the lag that I saw, it looks very interesting in terms of like the story. The protagonist got the protagonist basically got isekai'd. I mean, it's true. She basically got
It
isekai'd to
is.
another world, and the protagonist also because when we saw it the first time, I kind of like wasn't really digging the voice actor and the dialogue, but this time around, I kind of warmed up to it. The graphics looked very good. The music was epic. The gameplay. I think that this out of all the stuff that they showed, I feel like this one was because one of the things that I said in my video when I was talking about Sony announcing this showcase last week, I said that I want to see some more next gen experiences, and this is a game that looks next gen to me as far as like gameplay wise and everything. I think that this is the one that looks next gen to me, and it's supposed to be coming out spring 2022. So, how did you feel about Forspoken?
Forspoken for when I could actually like look at the trailer and stuff like on the bus. Um, I had my headphones in for the stuff I actually did see, and this was one of them. I loved what I saw, and especially when thinking back to the demo, the alpha, and it didn't even have a name yet. I think it had like a, I
It
think
was
it had like a
Project. I think it
priest.
was Project. What was it Project Alita or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. And then it's just like they showed the scope of the world, but didn't show anything else, and that was it until now. Uh, I like what I see, and I think the character's name is Frey. Yeah, Frey Holland. That's it. For someone who gets transported from New York to this, and then finding out she has magical powers and shit, uh, this is basically the reaction I would probably give too. Like, what the fuck? Why is a cup talking to me? What? this is
Yeah,
this is
man,
probably the most
and
realistic
that's something I liked about it.
reaction.
Yeah,
That's
it
probably the
has a
most
realistic reaction.
realistic
Yeah,
to something like this, especially when you're just thrust into another world. You're trying to get back. It's just like, uh, okay, talking animals, talking cuff. Okay, there's dragons here. What the fuck is going on?
I
Something
just
like that.
my main. Well, go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
Okay, it's just and then just looking at what's going on with the trailer, in the trailer itself, it's like not only the world but the dragons, like how like vast the world still looks, and like it's a big improvement from the last time we actually saw it during that like the alpha that they showed off. It looks big. It looks really big, and like you said, it looks very next gen. So I am really excited for the final product of this. Go
So,
now go ahead.
so the only thing I was gonna so the only thing I was gonna add was like I just hope because we've seen this time and time again where they show a game that's very early and then we get that downgrade. I'm just hoping that it looks and plays like this, like how we saw it here. I hope that we get that at the finish line. Once the game becomes available for everybody. I mean, I'm
Well,
just
it's not
looking. I'm
Ubisoft,
just
so there's a chance.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at the game again while we're while we're doing this.
I'm
I'm
doing the
looking at the
same.
trailer again, and I was looking at the character model and it just man the effects and everything. Like it looks pretty cool, man. Like
They're taking
this is
advantage of the
something,
particle effects.
man. But between Forspoken and the game that we just talked about a few minutes ago, Project Eve, like I feel like PlayStation is really showing a lot of games today. They've shown a lot of games that have appealed to me, and I was only expecting to kind of come out of this showcase with like maybe just two games that I'm interested in, and Forespoken, I'm about to say Project Alita, Project Eve, like those two are at the top of the list for me. But so moving on past that, we got Rainbow Six Extraction.
Skip.
I gotta say this. I gotta say it. You know I gotta say it.
Skip.
You know I gotta say it. A
Change the
Ubisoft
channel.
original. It's a Ubisoft
Change the
original.
channel.
We
Change the channel.
a Ubisoft original, so you know it's gonna be good. but
Change the channel.
so we got Rainbow Six Extraction. I guess you can call it a story trailer. I don't think they showed too much new there. We got Alan Wake. Yeah, the Alan Wake remaster. You were excited for this.
Yeah, buddy, it's a fun little PlayStation buddy. Here we go. Oh my god, yeah! I love Alan Wake. I'm sorry, not sorry. I love Alan Wake. So to see it finally get some resurgence after all these years, and yeah, it's because of Remedy doing what they did with Control and basically like kind of linking all of their worlds together like they did. So yeah, Alan's finally making a
So
comeback, and he's finally on PlayStation. So yeah, the last DLC pretty much like said like, yeah, Alan Wake and Control's world are basically like intertwined right now. Like they're basically in the same universe, basically. So that kind of helped.
So I was gonna ask. So is Quantum Break in that universe? Can we get a Quantum Break too? Because I'd be more interested in that. I'm gonna be honest.
I know. Okay, I get it. I get. I get it. Alan Wake
I'm,
wasn't
I'm
for
just
you.
saying, man. I'm just saying. Quantum Break 2, man. Make it happen.
But yeah.
Come on, Remedy.
Remedy needs to for real, like just link everything, like everything they have at this
They
point,
might as
like
well. I
especially.
mean, a lot of their games are kind of similar, or at least recently. But
Yep,
that's
it's
that's coming
critique.
out. Oh, go ahead.
Yep, someone made a video of critiquing Remedy's controlled connected universe. Alan Wake, Quantum Break, and Control. Yep, it's in there. So they're all connected.
Yeah, they need to bring Iceman back. Keep forgetting the guy's name. Is it Sean Ashmore?
I think so.
Yeah, they need to bring him back. Go ahead and do Quantum Break. But that's coming out October 5th, so be excited for that. I'm not, but he is, and I'm sure a lot
Shut
of people
up!
are. So, so so after that, we got GTA 5 for the 100th time. We got GTA 5 coming to the PS5.
Let me tell you a personal story real quick. We've known each other for a long time. Okay, let me just say this right now. And this was originally coming out when we were getting out of high school. And GTA 5 has somehow remained in the spotlight for this long. We are both grown ass adults, and for some reason, this shit is still coming out, and they're touting it like it's new. I'm annoyed at the fact that they're still doing this. There's no mention of GTA 6. I'm not one of those people who are on every comment section and every Twitter post saying like, "Where GTA 6? Where GTA 6?" I'm not. Trust me. But the fact that Rockstar's early work compared to now is like they were doing like 3 or 4 different games at once and splitting up studios. This studio handles this game, or that game versus now it's like they're working on one thing and it continues to be GTA. What in God's name what is new? What is new here? Unless the story DLC, the secret story DLC that y'all said y'all were gonna do is in here, there's nothing new.
Well, they did
I
say. So they said, and I'm trying to remember this off the cuff. They said enhanced graphics. I do know that.
wow. Wow. Fucking wow.
Enhanced gameplay. They said enhanced
fucking
gameplay, and then
fucking
they just
wow,
said,
Rhett.
and then they just said and more. So we don't know what else. But I'm pretty sure they'll add
What
some
and
more stuff
more?
to it. And you know they're gonna add
What
more
and
to GTA Online because that's their moneymaker. So, and like the
you
thing is, they keep
idiots.
see the thing is like GTA 5, they already did that remaster for the PS4 and the Xbox One. And so now with this new GTA, see the reason why GTA keeps selling is because pretty
You
much
idiots keep buying it. I'm gonna call y'all out. I'm gonna call y'all. Y'all keep. Let me get this out. Y'all keep pining for GTA 6, but y'all keep giving them money for this shit. Yeah, it's like y'all would change. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. They'll wake up then. Take two will wake up then and realize like, oh, we can't make no more money off of this. How about don't buy it? Stop buying.
I mean, they gotta sell them shark cards because, like, one of the reasons why people keep buying the game is to get those shark cards. And then also, you gotta remember a new generation of kids that are gonna be able to buy these GTA games are
You
gonna be
got
able
your
to
horrible
buy GTA.
parents.
So,
Horrible parents. Where are your parents? Why are you playing this game?
and then you also, I don't want to stick on this game for too long, but just to kind of address the other thing that you were talking about with Rockstar not working on a lot of games at once, because there was a time where we got multiple GTA games. There was that GTA what was it, a GTA remaster of like Vice City and the other games that was rumored, but we don't know when
Yeah,
that's
that
gonna be. So I just wanted to kind of put that out there. But as far as GTA 5 for the PS5, for the next gen consoles, that's gonna be coming out March 2022. So I guess get excited to play that again. I won't be picking it up, but get excited for that, I
they
guess.
literally have they have so many subsidiary um like additions to their company Rockstar does, and it's insanity to me. It's the same studio that made so many different games at once, and it doesn't even need like even GTA. It's just like, but it's just
Well, you
I
gotta
want.
believe that GTA 6 is still you gotta believe that that's like still in the pipeline and that's like a ways off. And you gotta realize that like the GTA now compared to GTA back then, like it's probably takes a like way more to make a GTA now for like modern consoles and everything. So we'll be waiting for a while for GTA 6, but they sure enough will make their money on GTA 5 again. They're gonna
Unfortunately,
milk
it's
this
just
like that's pretty much their Skyrim at this point. So it is what it
yeah.
is.
Oh God, bah, go buy it. I know you will. Go buy it. I'm just salty that like the Rockstar I grew up with is just kind of dead. People leaving the company and just like this is what we're left with. We're still dealing with this carcass that keeps getting dragged from generation to generation. It's the PS3, man. We're in five. We're in five in the Series X. Is it still being dragged?
Hey man, they had to make their money off of it.
Pissed off with that. Anyway, GhostWire Tokyo's next. Please, you start, because I was just blown away by all of this. Let's talk about a
Okay,
better game.
so you were blown away by Ghostwire Tokyo. So that's completely different from how I was with this. The thing is, I've been looking forward to Ghostwire Tokyo. The developers that are doing this is, I believe, Tango Works, the guys that
Yep,
did Evil Within. I love that game.
yep.
The thing is like I feel like what they showed us today is a bit similar to what we've been shown in the past. Like I need to see extensive gameplay. Like it looks cool from the just from the graphics and like the art style, the designs and everything. Like it looks cool from a concept, but I have like no clue. I can't tell you what the story's about, and really I just need to see more of the gameplay. Just an extensive look at the gameplay. I feel like we just keep seeing the same thing when it comes to this game, and I just want to see more. I just want to see more from it. Probably
I
gonna get it, but I just kind of want to see more from it.
I just
If that makes
realized that
sense.
the
I mean, they showed us more, but
I get
kind of
it.
more of the same.
I get where you're coming from, and I understand that, but it looks like so much of like more of a mind fuck from what I got from it, and learning today that this is gonna this is being made by the original Resident Evil creator Shinji Mikami, so he's on
Yeah,
board.
I mean that was the
He's on with
same for
this.
but see that was the same for Evil Within, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I
don't.
believe so. I believe
I
so.
just. I don't want to. I don't want to be wrong with that. Oh
I'm
my
pretty sure
god!
that was the
Yeah, yeah,
case.
yeah, yeah. It
Yeah,
was.
because
It
that,
was.
that was the thing. That was the one of
No
the
wonder
biggest
why
that
that
was one of the
worked.
big selling points for Evil Within.
And he wasn't attached to the second game. That explains a lot, actually. Okay. Yikes. All right. anyway, it looks like I get where you're coming from. It does kind of look samey, but in some areas, for me personally, it looked more mindfuckery to me. And we do need to see more. Honestly, we do need to see more. For what were shown, uh, it looks good. It looks good to me personally. We do need to see more though. So, yeah,
And this is still supposed to be a horror game, right?
yeah,
Like horror action, horror action.
yeah.
And it's worth noting that this is an Xbox game technically.
Uh,
Technically, this
yeah.
is Microsoft Studios game. Technically, like I'm just looking at the trailer again as we're talking about this, and it like I said, it looks cool. The story looks interesting, I guess, but I don't really know what the story's about. So so the next thing that they showed after that was Guardians of the Galaxy, and it just hit me. So it hit me earlier when I was thinking about this showcase was just the fact that Sony had three Marvel games here. They had three Marvel games, and the first one that they showed was Guardians. So we got to see more of the story, and I'm gonna kind of regurgitate a little bit of. I guess I'm gonna kind of regurgitate what I said the other day when I did that Marvel, what was it, the Marvel Midnight Suns video. The story looks interesting. The characters, I know some people might not like the character designs or the voice acting. I like it. I like it. It's different. I like that it's different from the MCU. So I like that they're doing their own thing with it. It still looks like an interesting game, but I'm just unsure about the gameplay, man. Because that gameplay from E3 wasn't that great, and we didn't really see much gameplay here. It was more cutscenes, more story
We
focused
saw some
this time
ship
around.
combat though. We saw some ship combat
Oh,
this
we
time around.
did.
Yeah, just a little
It
like
was
tiny
probably
bit
just
of it.
like real quick. It's probably like real quick.
But you want me to go or you just
Yeah,
gonna?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. Just to like
Cause I'm
bank
gonna
off
pull
what
up
you
the
were
trailer right
saying.
quick.
Okay, just to bank off what you're saying. Like I get like people's criticism of it, and I've come around on it a lot more than where I was before when I first saw it. But more comment would be nice. I do understand like why um Eidos Montreal is going their own direction with it rather than just banking off of what James Gunn brought to the table. Because there are different versions of the Guardians of the Galaxy. James Gunn did not use everything that the comic books did, and what his version did, People love what his version. So there always are going to be different versions of characters from comics and shit. So
Also, you
this
can't emulate James Gunn.
that is also true.
I mean, James Gunn
that
is James Gunn. Just like
that is
Zack
also
Snyder is
true.
Zack Snyder,
Yep.
for
but
better or worse.
yeah. But anyway, that being said, I I liked what I saw, what I'm seeing now, and I've come around on it a lot more. Especially like what they're doing with the soundtrack too. It's just like they're making their own music with it, and
Okay,
also
I,
they're
I see the
making
ship gameplay you were talking about. It was very
yeah,
brief though, very brief.
yeah. They've done their own thing with the soundtrack. They even got licensed tracks, a good few licensed tracks in there too. And like from what I've been shown, I need more like consequences of your actions type shit. Like if you choose something as Quill, like when you do, there has to be ramifications for that. I would love to see more of that being added to like the story and stuff like that. I need more of that rather than okay, we're we're going up against more giant people. More giant people. Okay, Cosmo the dog is in here. Okay, cool. Need more than that. I would like more gameplay. Is what I'm getting at. I've come around a lot more on this game now, but more gameplay would very much be appreciated.
So you did bring up an interesting point when you're talking about the decisions that you can make. You know, the what do you call it? The dialogue decisions. They definitely have
Yeah.
to nail the fact that if I make this decision, it's going to affect this. It's going to affect the story
Like if I
in a
piss, like if you piss off, like let's use Rocket as an example. If you piss off Rocket in any way, or for some other reason, like you had Drax throw him across the way to do the bridge and shit. Like he's gonna call you out on it later on on the mission and shit. It's like, oh, like you had Drax throw me across the damn bridge. I ain't doing shit for you, Quill. Like he'll call you out on it, and you have to think of another way or other options will open up to you because of what you did then. It's like more of that because
yeah. It's got to
remember
be. It's
that
basically got to be meaningful.
because that was one of the big things that they were banking on when this came
Yeah, when they
when this
announced it.
first
When
was
they
out.
announced it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, the thing
So
is, it's Eidos Montreal. They did Deus Ex, and I feel like now some people didn't like Mankind Divided. I like Mankind Divided. I like Human
you all
Revolution.
suck.
Look, I like all the Deus Ex games, and I thought that they did a good job, you
For not
know,
liking it.
with the decisions and everything in that series. So I wanna believe that I wanna believe that they'll nail it here. But like
Yeah.
that's an interesting mechanic. The only thing that I hate about this, you know, like I said, that as far as the gameplay goes, I'm not like I said, I'm not entirely sure about that. But the only thing I hate about this really is the fact that we only get to play as Peter Quill, man. Like if we get to play as the other Guardians, that would be so much better, man. But I guess that's just the route that they decided to take with it. Is just you are Star Lord, so
And even I was looking at like some of the developer's diaries for this thing, and it's like where Quill got the name Star Lord from in this game. It's like they are an actual band in this universe. So he got Star Lord from a band. I'm like, that is fucking cool. It's not the whole like My Little Star Lord thing that we're used to. It's something different. So I'm like, okay, little
and it
things
makes
like that. It's
sense
just like, yeah, it's like,
because he likes
and
music and he listens to music.
yeah, and you actually hear one of the Star Lord band track in this new trailer too. That's what they're playing too. So I'm like,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
yeah,
I didn't even know that.
yeah. It's just like 'cause I'm such a music freak nowadays. It's just like I'm so like enamored with music nowadays. It's just like okay, when it's stuff like that, I'm like, I really appreciate it because they don't even have to do shit like that. So it's just like that, something like that. I have a little bit more faith in this game when you do stuff like that because they could just put in a bunch of license tracks in here and be done. They didn't even have to do any of that. So that's another reason why I'm giving this like a little bit of hope here.
One thing I hope that they do have before we move on. One thing I do gotta say is like one thing I hope that they have is the ability to like turn off the license tracks. Like if you want to like
They do, yeah, it will, yeah, you
oh they
can,
will okay
yeah,
that cause
they
that's
confirmed
one thing I
that
was wondering because I
they
like it still
confirmed that
might
on
pick the
Twitter
game
weeks
up.
ago. They confirmed that on
Okay,
Twitter weeks ago, actually.
okay,
Yeah.
that's good, that's good, that's good.
Another
So
reason why I keep my shit around.
so the next game that they showed was Blood Hunt. This I believe is connected to Vampires Masquerade. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's connected to that. Blood Hunt is a vampire multiplayer game. This one I'm not too sure about. I mean, it could be a bit different since you got like the I guess vampire powers from what I can tell. With this, it seems like you can like make your own character and everything. Graphics wise, it's not the most impressive. Lighting, I'm not sure about the lighting. It's not really too impressive there. Um, it could be kind of interesting. I can't see myself playing it. What did you think about this one?
I'm kind of okay on this one. It's just like, it looks all right. I don't really have too much to say on this 'cause I'm not too big on multiplayer games as you know. as you know. If it's
Yeah,
like if
me
it's something
either.
like we both if
Like
we both are like okay, this was cool, we'll probably jump on this, whatever, like stuff like that. So it's just like this is like eh, it's like anime, and it is like part of the Vampire the Masquerade series. So yeah.
okay, I was right. Cause like I'm not familiar with Vampire Masquerade. I just know of it. I just know of it.
Yeah, it does look better than the ever Vampire Masquerade shit that they've come out with. Like
And
this
I like
looks,
that, I'll like to give it credit. I mean, they got the like I said, the vampire powers or whatever. That could add something, interesting to it, I guess.
yeah,
And then of course, the setting that's also something kind of different from what we typically see from like multiplayer games. So that's another thing I guess you could say that this game has going for it.
yeah.
Okay, so after that, man, let's go ahead and get this over with. They showed Deathloop for the millionth time. Man,
Oh God.
listen. Let me say this. I'm tired of seeing this
Here we
game.
go. Here we go.
I feel like I've seen this game already. I feel like I've played this game already, bro. I wish, like, as I was watching this, I'm just like, I wish that they marketed Dishonored. Like, I wish they went this hard for Dishonored. People didn't give a crap about Dishonored, even though it was a really great stealth game, but they didn't market it well, and people just ignored it, and it didn't sell well. Why didn't y'all do this for Dishonored? Why didn't y'all put all this marketing power and everything in that series, man? I mean, as far as Deathloop goes, like, listen, I love Arcane, but this is not for me because it's what do you call this game? It's a roguelike type game, I guess. I guess it's the genre, but like the
Yeah,
mechanics of it is just not for me. It has a lot of Dishonored in it. It has a lot of that Dishonored DNA, that Arcane style gameplay. But like I said, I'm just tired of seeing it, and it's not really for me. Give me Dishonored 3. That's all I want. But
okay. All
you can
right.
go ahead.
All right. Other than that, I I've enjoyed what I've seen from Deathloop. I'm just tired of them shilling it out every chance they get. Like that's where I am right now. I'm like, I'm gonna get it. Could you stop like shelling it out every 5 minutes? Every time there's a PlayStation event, it's like this shows up. I'm like,
Did,
could you stop? Could you stop?
correct me if I'm wrong. Did they show this even at Microsoft joint? I feel like they showed this somewhere else
No,
outside of
no.
PlayStation thing.
Did they? Let me. Let me.
Either
Let me fact
either
check.
that or they showed it at Gamescom or somewhere. I feel like they've shown because they've shown this so much.
Yeah, it's released on Windows and as a time exclusive for PlayStation 5, September 14th. Yep, yep, a time exclusive. There's another one.
Yep, like I
It
said,
probably has.
another Microsoft game.
Yeah, see. So all y'all like, shut up. They'll come to PC. Shut up. This is like, shut up. But yeah, yeah. Other than that, it's just like I like the setting. I like the story surrounding it. I like the fact that we had to kill these guys in order to get out of the time loop. And then there's another assassin after us on top of all this shit. I roguelikes are not my cup of tea. I will admit this, but this seems like it seems like a actual unique take on it for me personally. Now I am going to get this. Now PlayStation, it comes out next week. Could you do me a favor and not keep shelling it every chance you get? Because the more you do that, the more I'm like, I'm gonna wait. It's gonna be a wait if this keeps. It's gonna be a wait. But yeah, yeah, it's. I'm just tired of seeing it everywhere. Honestly, if I'm really honest with you.
Okay, so the next one, and you had to remind me of the name of this one. We had no clue what this was, and tell me if
Yeah,
I'm
we were both like,
mispronouncing
huh?
this.
Like,
Is it Kid Amasia?
I'm calling it Kid Amnesia. I'm just gonna call it
Whatever
Kid
this thing
Amnesia.
was, I have no clue what that was. I have no clue what that was, and I'm not trying to dismiss it, but like we both were just clueless like what this was. Um,
I really
so
thought it said Deck 9 on the lower right side of the video, and I'm like, Deck Nine? Is it? Does it say Deck Nine? Because I was looking at this on my phone. I'm like, wait a minute. Is the guys that fucking did Life is Strange doing this? It's just like, oh, it says Deck Five. Oh, I'm like, oh, I scared for a
Oh,
second. I'm like,
okay.
But yeah, this is by Radiohead and Epic Games. It's just a teaser. Radiohead is behind this shit, so it's just like this could be genuinely anything. You got a bunch of kid paintings. This looks like old timey video format. It's just really creepy. It's just very very
So
creepy.
there was no point
Get
of them showing this. Like let's take the Star Wars KOTOR thing as an example. You at least got something out of that. Like what
oh
were you
yeah,
supposed to
because
get out of
everyone
this?
because almost everyone freaking knew what KOTOR is. But the second you see Knights of the Old Republic, it's like, oh
But the thing
shit!
is, it's like we knew it
Oh,
was Star Wars. They showed something that was like you already knew that it was Star Wars as soon as you saw it, right?
oh yeah, yeah.
It's like what the heck was this? You didn't need to show this right now. But so after that, we had this game called Tchia. I think that's how you pronounce it. It looks like
Uh,
some game for kids. Like you can like take control of animals or something. I don't know. It looked
yeah,
all
I had to
right.
get off the bus at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
You
like,
probably didn't see it. So
I'm like, and I actually saw it. I'm like, oh, I didn't miss nothing.
I mean, they could have shown bug snacks too or something.
Yeah, honestly.
At least it would have been more interesting than that from what I saw. But
Oh yeah.
so after that they showed Uncharted collection. This has been I don't want to say it's been rumored, but you know it's been leaked a while back.
Give me the
The
trash can.
Uncharted collection remastered that's coming to PS5 and PC. Basically, I feel like it's just an excuse to basically resell people that game on PS5 and then see for PC it makes sense, but I guess this is like a PlayStation showcase and it is just another excuse for people to buy the game, to buy all those games again.
Look, man, I'm just tired. I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of the whole like realistic craze that Naughty Dog is just gone for. Like personally, I'm just over. I'm over Uncharted. I'm over. I've been over Last of Us since the first game, and with this, it's just like, okay, whatever, cool beans. This is gonna sell well. This is gonna sell regardless of anything anybody like me says, because this is like Uncharted has that fan base, and honestly, like they had me with two. One and two. It's like I'll give them those two, but it's like after that, I'm like, no, no, fucking do something else. Do something else, please.
And
That's my
you
TED
pretty much
talk.
already know how I feel about the franchise.
You don't give a You don't give
This
a
did
shit either
nothing
way.
for me because I'm just like if I wanted to play a game like that, I just go play Tomb Raider, and if I wanted to
I'll
watch
go play
something like
Tomb
that,
Raider.
I'll just go
I'll go
watch
play Tomb.
Indiana Jones. So that did nothing for me.
If
But
you
this
was like
next thing,
Laura
oh,
Croft is
go ahead.
better. Get bent. Get bent. That's what you say.
Pretty much. So this next thing
So,
that they showed, oh go, oh you gonna say something?
Gran Turismo, yay or nay? Let's get this one out the
Oh
way.
no, well, you want to skip? Okay, you skipping ahead. Gran
We
Turismo.
skipping. We
I'll be
skipping
honest.
this. We skipping it.
After the game we're about to talk about, you know, after they revealed that, I didn't really pay a gosh darn attention to nothing else
Oh,
for a
this was
few
after.
minutes.
Oh, wait, this was after that. This was
Yeah, it
after
was
the thing in
after that.
question.
Yeah,
Okay, because
yeah.
I'm going by what PlayStation uploaded, so it looks like I was this. It was in order until Gran Turismo. Okay, this
Oh,
Gran
okay,
Turismo was after. Okay,
okay.
next one. You take it. You take it. Then
Look,
I'm gonna go
man, we
happy.
both know that
Happy.
we don't give a crap about no GT7, man. We don't. Honestly, I feel like they spent way too much time on Gran Turismo 7. It's a freaking sim racing game. I'm not saying it's gonna be bad or nothing. I'm just saying it's a sim racing game. We know what it is. It's the same thing that it's the same thing it's always been. Just it looks better. It looks better. It's Gran Turismo 7. You either gonna like it or not. Um, but this thing that they showed, man, bro, I saw that Marvel logo. I'm like, okay, what is this? Is this gonna be Spider Man? And then keep in mind, so this is something that so before this whole PlayStation showcase, there was a lot of rumors and everything. And one of the rumors out there was that Sucker Punch was going to be doing a X-Men game. It's going to be called X-Men Rise of the Mutants or something like that. So I'm thinking, okay, this might be the X-Men game, right? This gonna be Sucker Punch, right? And then it says
Yeah.
Insomniac. I'm like, hold on, Insomniac? What is going on here? Are they gonna be doing the X-Men game? And then so we see this guy in the bar, his hand is all bruised up, and everything.
Yeah.
And then he takes out the clothes. I'm like, hold on, hold on, they doing Wolverine. Like, I honestly wish I would have recorded my
Recorded the
reaction
reaction.
to this joint because I was freaking out, man. Wolverine. They are doing. It's so funny because I mentioned the fact that Wolverine hasn't been in a good game in like over a decade. I mentioned that in my Midnight Suns video. It's like I'm speaking things into existence.
How long? Hold on, let me see this. Let me do this right now. Or X-Men Origins Wolverine game. How long has that been? And I'm talking about the PS3 version.
Probably
Give me
2009, right?
good Christ! It
I
has
want to
been
say
that long.
2009.
April 29th, 2009. It's been that
Yep, I
long.
was right.
Holy shit!
It's
Oh
been
my
a
God!
long time. He about to get justice though. They about to do him justice, man. Like I'm
Oh,
so glad Marvel is teaming up with them again. Just go ahead and okay, I'm gonna let you speak on this, but I got to mention something that my brother brought up. They need
uh,
to go ahead and take this opportunity, and I really hope that Marvel and Insomniac has dotted this. Go ahead and make their own universe. They got Spider-Man, you got Wolverine. Have them meet up.
oh,
Have them
that's
meet
good.
up.
That's good.
Just
That's good right there.
make your own universe. If Wolverine sells well, which it probably will, and
It will.
if that does well, which it probably will,
It
it's going to be a
will.
great game. If that does well, if Spider-Man does well, again, keep
if
expanding.
if if
I
he
know
says
if right
if
if.
bitch he say bitch you say
But listen, man, they gotta do their own Marvel Cinematic Universe. That'll be cool, and it's
that'd be
possible.
tight.
It's possible because they can just keep it under Insomniac. Now, if they were gonna do like a whole universe where it's like Spider Man and X Men from I said X Men, Wolverine from Insomniac universe, and then you got the characters from the Avengers game and the Guardians game. Like it will be a lot harder. It will be something that's probably not
Yeah, because there's
feasible.
too many different studios. Because it's like two
Yeah, too many
studios. It's
different
just like
studios,
that's the
right?
whole thing.
But
Yeah.
since it's under one studio, they can do it. They need to do it. I hope that they're planning on doing that. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I am excited for this. Go ahead, speak on it, man. Go ahead.
Okay. Damn, dude. You know what? When I actually, cause I had to actually stop somewhere, and I was still out, and I brought this up. You texted me like, oh, you were freaking out. It's like I'm gonna let you figure this one out. I'll let you see this one for yourself. So I like when I got back in my car, I like circled back to the stream, and I got to the Marvel part, and I'm like, okay, what is this? And I saw the bar. I'm like, okay. And then they saw me and shit. I'm like, huh? And then the clothes, I had pretty much the exact same reaction. It's like, I'm like, oh! I'm like, oh! In my car. I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck who was looking at me funny. I was just like, oh my god, you know what? You know what? I thought for sure it was gonna be the X-Men shit. But ever since X-Men Origins Wolverine, right? I'm not talking about the PS2 version. I'm not. That's the poor man's version. I'll never talk about that. That's the absolute poor man's poor excuse version, the T-rated version that we don't talk about. I'm talking about the M-rated version, okay? That was the last great Wolverine game. And I'm talking. This is from someone who has played the Wolverine games. I'm talking about the X-Men 2 one. I had was fighting the fucking Wendigo on that one. I never beat that piece of shit. That was a shitty game. Wolverine's Revenge. Wolverine's Revenge. That's it. That's the one I'm talking about. And it's like ever since X-Men Origins Wolverine, right? It's never been. I thought I would never see another Wolverine game in my the rest of my years on this earth. So it's just like seeing this and seeing Insomniac. Insomniac has been on a massive roll. It's insane how they have
They are
just
literally carrying
leaped.
PlayStation.
They
They're
are
literally carrying
carrying
PlayStation,
this.
man.
But aside from Sucker Punch is like in rank 2 for me right now. They are in front. They are in the head of the pack, leading this shit, leading PlayStation right now, carrying Sony on their back PlayStation wise. It is amazing to see this company, this team go from Ratchet and Clank from 2002 to doing all of this now. It's just I was picking at this list because I'm such a lifeblood. I've been more Ratchet and Clank than Spyro, but to tell my younger self that they would be handling Spider-Man and Wolverine and Ratchet and Clank would still be a thing back then. Now, I think my little me would shit his pants just at the thought. It's like they could do a Wolverine game, they could do a Spider-Man game too. So it's like I'm mad excited for this. Just long-winded story short, fanboy rant short. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do, and that Insomniac Marvel universe is a great idea. Because if they keep getting Marvel properties and doing games with them, you know what? Go right ahead. Make your own cinematic universe. I would love to see what they come up with. Because they have proven they have made the perfect Spider-Man movie for a game. They have made the perfect Spider-Man sub-movie game with Miles Morales. They still are on a roll with Ratchet and Clank. They have, with Rift Apart, they could really end the series next game if they wanted to. They could squeeze out a sub-series with Rivet by herself if they wanted to. That's how much of a roll they're on. It's maddening just how far they've come and how bigger they've gotten. I trust them with everything that they do because they've built that kind of reputation with everything they put out. So whatever this is gonna be, and if it gets that M rating, dog, it's game over. This is gonna make bank. This is gonna make serious bank. I can only imagine what the skill tree is gonna be, what kind of version of Logan that they could come up with. Holy shit, I'm excited. Go on.
Anything else before we move on?
I trust Insomniac way too much. I don't think they can ever have like I don't think they can have like a bad role at this point. Just give them the world, Marvel. Um, Disney, give them the keys to the castle. Give them the fucking keys. Just
It's just
let them
amazing.
let them do what they want.
It's just amazing that they're able to put out so many games, like have so many games in the pipeline. Like they just came out with Ratchet. They just came out with the Spider-Man Miles Morales, and they got
That was
this
months
next
ago.
game. Yeah, months ago, and then they got this next thing that we're gonna talk about. They got that. So it's just crazy that they got so many things in the oven, right? But so
Yeah.
the next thing that they show, man, this joint. So I thought, okay, that was the big surprise. We ain't gonna get another big surprise like that on that level. Then they decided, okay, no, we're not done. Marvel got that Marvel logo again. Got Insomniac. Then Spider Man. You see Spider Man, and then you're hearing a character that sounds like Craven the Hunter. Hold on, Craven the Hunter's in the game. I'm getting excited. You got Miles Morales. You got Peter Parker. You got
Of course.
you got Craven the Hunter. Hold up, and then you hear this ominous voice, and then I'm like, no way, they're freaking doing Venom. They're freaking doing Venom
Of course.
in the second game. I didn't, bro. I didn't. You you cannot tell me that years ago you would think that Insomniac would do Venom for the second game. I thought that they would save Venom for like way down the line.
Nah, dude. Did
They're
you did
really
you finish
doing
Miles?
Venom. They're really doing Venom for the second game. And then not only that, they're bringing one of my favorite villains in there, Craven the Hunter. I'm excited for this. I'm
Here's the
freaking
thing.
excited for this.
Here's the thing. Did you finish Miles Morales though? Did you finish that?
Yeah, yeah. What?
Okay.
We were playing it. We were literally playing the boss at the same time. You don't remember this? We were literally
I
playing the
do,
boss
I
at the
do, I
same
do, I do.
time.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you. I'm fucking with you. Okay, calm
Oh
down.
no! See,
I'm
the thing
fucking
is,
with
okay. So for
you.
those of y'all, so this gonna be very quick because I'm not gonna kind of go on a tangent or anything. But
Uh,
like, it's an inside joke between us that I don't be beating my games. That's why you know. But
yeah, I
go ahead,
had
go
to.
ahead.
I had to. So they kind of had to because how the first game ended, and let me just get this out the way. I loved what I saw, even if it's just like a teaser. It's just like you got Craven narrating that he has no challengers at all, so it's just like. Of course, they're gonna go with a whole Spider-Man's such a challenge, and he's beating all these people at this point. He beat the Sinister Six in the first game, so it's like, okay, now Craven's gonna be in the mix, and then now Harry's on the fucking loose with the symbiote now. Okay, I think I have an idea what they're gonna do. They're probably gonna have one or the other. They're probably gonna have Peter take on Venom. Meanwhile, Craven's probably gonna end up being Miles' issue because they're gonna have to do like like a separate or a together story with. They're
See,
gonna have to handle this stuff together. So I don't know how they're gonna. It's Insomniac. I trust them. But with Harry being in that tank for so long, they were gonna have to do it because it's too much of a tease at this point. It was like they were gonna have to either a piece of symbiote's gonna have to come off and get on the Peter somehow, or Venom's gonna have to break loose and go after his ass.
okay,
So I
two things.
guess
Oh,
go ahead.
go ahead.
So it's like one or the other. And people are making all these speculations videos on YouTube about like how Venom can be integrated and shit. Like, so I already had an idea of like how Venom was gonna come in. I just didn't think like Craven was gonna be involved too. So that's gonna be that's a genuine surprise that. And he even has the fucking the Iron Man, the Iron Spider
Yeah, I was gonna
legs
mention
on his
that. Yep.
back. I'm like, wait. He in his Insomniac suit, he's got new legs like the suit, so it's not the same as okay. All right. Peter done learned some shit again. All right. How was he broke again? How do you manage to stay
It is
broke?
kind of
I don't
amazing how this
understand.
dude is broken. He knows how to do all this stuff.
But yeah, go
Now
ahead.
make all this technology.
Yeah, it's always and you have holograms teaching Miles on how to fight in Miles Morales. It's just like, how are you broke? How are you broke again? This doesn't make any sense. Now this is like this is really stretching. Like I'm broke. The I'm broke mentality. You really stretching this shit out now. But go ahead.
Okay, so two things I wanted to mention. So, one thing that my brother brought up, and we were talking about this. Can they do possibly co-op, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Since there are two Spider-Man, it would only make sense that they would have co-op. I think that would be kind of cool. Somebody play as Miles, right?
Hmm.
And then another thing that I'm thinking is with Venom. I'm wondering, is Venom not going to get on Peter but get on Miles?
That was the other thing. Yeah, there's so many. Dude, there are so many different opportunities they can take, and this is just a teaser. They can immediately just throw us for a loop and say like, oh yeah, both of these two are both Craven and Venom are gonna be in here, but that was a swerve. That was just to throw you off. Here's how here's how Venom's really gonna get into play now, and then they just throw us in for a loop, which I'm completely expecting because again, Harry's in the fucking tank back at Oscorp, and I'm just expecting some fuck shit to happen for him to break loose, because it's like the symbiote. I'm so dead set on the symbiote getting on someone first, and then getting to Peter, and then Peter having this crisis about how violent he's getting and shit like that. Like, because we need to have the symbiote. That was the one complaint I heard from everywhere and everybody who played the first game that like, oh my god, no symbiote, oh my god, no
Like I said,
symbiote.
I'm just surprised. I'm surprised they're doing it this soon.
I'm
I'm
not.
just surprised they're
I'm
doing it
really
this
not.
soon. So I definitely
I'm not.
wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't have expected them to do it in the first game. I mean, cause you gotta like,
Especially not the first game, but again, Harry having it is like a genuine surprise after you've find out why he was sick and shit, and then like finding out like Norman has him in a tank this whole time. It's just like, huh, okay. He actually cared for his son in this world, or in this dimension. All right, got it. But yeah, I'm really excited what they could possibly do with this. I'm just expecting to be thrown for a loop. But yeah, the co-op idea seems a genuine good idea, honestly, because you had two Spider-Mans, why not? And I was wondering like, how are we gonna do the two Spider-Man thing?
and that will definitely be a better option than doing those stealth. So that's one thing they gotta make sure that they don't
Oh,
ever do that again with those thing
he's not
those stealth
Batman.
missions, man.
He's not Batman. Stop that shit.
Those stealth missions were whack, but yeah, I'm definitely excited for this. And also one thing that you pointed out to me, Tony Todd is doing the voice of Venom. Do we
Candyman,
know?
Candyman, Candyman.
So do we know? So do we know? Who's doing the voice for Craven?
Let me.
If you can't find it, don't worry about it. But that's so while you're looking for that, that game is coming out 2023, and the Wolverine
Nothing
game
yet.
we didn't. What do you say?
Nothing yet.
Okay, so like the Wolverine game, we didn't get a date for. I assumed the Wolverine game. If I had to guess, that's got to be 2024, 2025. Like that's a ways off because they still got to do Spider-Man too. So, but yeah, I'm excited for this. If you can find it, if you can find the Craven voice actor, you can just tell me and we can
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit. But so the last thing that they showed was God of War Ragnarok. Now,
Boy!
boy, so so
I'm
with
gonna
this
lose my
one,
shit if this. I'm gonna lose my shit before you start. I'm gonna lose it if Kratos just calls him teen the entire time.
so just to
Think
kind of get
about it.
so just to, so just to kind of get a few of the details out of the way, the game takes place several years after the first game. Atreus or is it Atreus or Atreus? I
Either
forgot.
or. Either
Okay,
or.
so Atreus's true heritage is going to be a main focal point. Dor and Freya are the two main antagonists. It's going to have obviously it's going to have new abilities, new runes, and it's going to have all of the nine realms are going to be in the game. And so with this one, let me go back to my notes here. So, as far as what we saw with the story seems interesting. I thought the story in the original game, if I'm remembering correctly, because it's obviously been a while. The story in the original game, I thought that was probably the strong point. You know, the cinematics, the graphics, and everything. Uh, it shouldn't be any mystery for anybody if you've been on this channel long enough. I wasn't a fan of God of War 2018, and as far as like the gameplay and everything, and with this one, obviously with what we so I can't speak for you, but gameplay didn't really do anything for me as far as what we saw today. It kind of looks mid to me. It doesn't look next gen. It doesn't really look too impressive.
Oh
It doesn't look
god,
like a
they're
like a
disliking
big
the
leap.
video.
It doesn't look like a big leap from the original 2018 game, and I still would probably still prefer the old combat, the combat from God of War 3 and the other God of War games before God of War 2018. And yeah, I kind of feel like, and this is gonna probably be very controversial for me to say, but Forespoken and the other game, what was it? What was it? Project Eve. I feel like those games, for me, I feel like the gameplay in those games was better, in my opinion, than God of War. There, I said it. I said it. Go
And
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
swear to goodness, the dislikes are coming in right now. Yep, there it is. There it is. Look at what you've done.
Hey man,
Look at
I can
what
only
you've
speak my
done.
truth.
Look. I think we've both like kind of agreed on that in like the review that we did all those years ago, when for the game. Like when I teamed with you to do like to
Yeah,
do a
yeah.
review.
The review discussion. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of on like your side when it comes to like I don't like what they did with the combat because it just feels like it really feels like the fast paced combat should not have changed from like where it was. And I get it. Kratos is older and shit. He's mellow the fuck out and all that. I get that, but it's just like this looks more of the same. But uh, Freya being an antagonist, and then you got Thor hunting your ass. Um, yeah, okay, I'll give you this. I'm intrigued. I'm very much intrigued. But other than that, it looks like God of War button in the snow. Kratos could be Kratos could be Ragnarok for all we know. Like could like he's gonna like seriously like come on now. I mean, come on now. And so I'm intrigued. I don't want to say I'm completely writing it off. I'm more intrigued by any if anything because it just but I
I mean,
don't like the
at
fact
most, I
that
would get this at a price drop, man. At most, I definitely,
yeah.
I feel as though if I were to get this, I'm definitely getting it at a price drop, and I'm definitely getting it pre-owned because I really don't want to support Santa Monica because I just don't like the direction that they went with this character and with the series. So that's just me.
I get it. I understand that.
But yeah, that was the
I
last thing. Oh, yeah, it's something else to say.
nah, I get it. I get why you like why you say that. So, and other than that, it's just like Wolverine, Spider-Man 2, and what else? Spider-Man 2 and Guardians, and even Alan Wake,
Project Eve,
Forespoken, Project Eve, and Knights of the Old
Star
Republic
Wars.
remake.
I mean, they had a
Yep.
lot of stuff. I mean, I'm seeing
I mean, they
so
had
here's
a lot. They yeah. Go ahead.
so here's the thing. I kept seeing so I saw some reactions, some people kind of giving scores, grades to the showcase. Some people saying 5, 6, this show's mid. I'm like, did we watch the same show?
Y'all
Like
suck. Y'all
this
just
was way better. Listen, so I said this on my showcase video on the announcement video. Nintendo and Microsoft, they held down E3. Everyone else sucked at E3, pretty much, right?
yeah.
This was Sony's time to shine. They showed a lot of stuff here. They showed a lot of gameplay. Not everything was gameplay. We had the CGI, we had the typical stuff that we hate. Show us gameplay, but it did show us some gameplay for certain games, right? And
Yeah.
just judging off of like what I because like I said earlier, I wasn't expecting them to show a lot that I was gonna like. They showed a lot of stuff. Project Eve. They showed Tiny Tina Wonderlands, Forespoken, Alan Wake. Like there was something for every freaking body. And I know that there are certain things that people probably feel like was missing, like where was Final Fantasy 16? Where was The Last of Us I'm about to say fractions. Where's The Last of Us factions, right? But
Multiplayer, whatever the fuck.
oh yeah, and like yeah that, and like where was Horizon Zero Dawn? But we've seen Horizon Zero Dawn recently, right? So
Yeah, that was last week,
honestly,
I
I
think.
yeah. So like honestly, I feel as though they did a really good job, a really great job. I mean, honestly, if I had to give it a score, like so at first I was gonna say an 8. At first I was really gonna give him an 8 just because, and I think it was the hype. I had to like let the hype kind of die down because uh, they had Wolverine and Spider Man, so that pretty much kind of shot the score up. So I'd probably give it a 7. But for me personally, I would give it an 8. Like if that makes sense. Like objectively, I would give it a 7. But for me, from like just the hype level, I would give it an 8. But like I said,
Yeah.
I didn't think it was bad. I think it was the best. I would put it this way: this is like the best presentation they've had in a while. Because those PlayStation state of plays are very forgettable,
Our
very forgettable.
ass, our absolute ass. Like
Waste of freaking time.
we will definitely agree on that. That's another reason why I barely gave a shit about this at first. But then when I saw like on my phone, as I was like on my phone, like from the first like parts of it, I'm like, okay, 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 and then okay. I'm like, oh. This is coming from somebody who had very low expectations because every time that they did a state of play, a state of play, like every time like, recently, they've always have been a waste of time. And I'm like testing him, like, dude, don't waste your time. Find something to do. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I came in here with very low expectations anyway, and then to come out of it with freaking KOTOR remake, Project E, Forespoken, Alan Wake remastered, um, fucking Wolverine and Spider-Man 2, Disney, Marvel, give Insomniac the keys to the castle. Give them everything that they want. They will deliver. Anyway.
See now, one criticism. So I will say this: one criticism that I know some people gonna bring up, right? The
Yeah.
fact that okay, a lot of these, so some of these games we already knew about. So Project Eve, I think I've seen that before. I feel like I've seen this somewhere before, but not a
Another name, probably.
yeah, but we haven't seen it like formally at a PlayStation event, right?
Yeah.
KOTOR remake, that's been that's been rumored, right? That's been rumored. Tiny Tina, we've seen that. Forspoken, uh, we've seen like that was announced. That was announced before. We already knew about that. Like a lot of this stuff, like even the Alan Wake remake, that has been I would say that's been rumored or whatever, right? Like we already knew about that. A lot of this stuff we already knew about, but they said going into this that it was going to be a lot of updates and then it was going to be a lot of new stuff. As far as the new stuff, we got Spider-Man 2. We got the Wolverine game, right? We had that Tchia game. We had that weird game that we didn't know what the heck that was, right? So
Yeah.
we had a few new announcements, and we had two big new announcements, right? As far as like new stuff
Yeah.
that we didn't see coming. And like maybe people could say, okay, well I wanted a little bit more than that, but I feel like man, compared to what we've gotten over the past few months with PlayStation, and PlayStation has been kind of silent outside of the state of plays. Like I just feel like this was pretty good. I don't see why anyone could complain for this really, or at least too much, right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Like I agree. I agree wholeheartedly with that, and probably like I'd probably give it like an 8, honestly. Like even just when the stuff that I like too, and yeah, this was basically something for everybody in here. It is coming from someone who had low expectations for this to begin with, so. And I came out of this just like, oh my god, I'm so daggone hyped. Oh my goodness, and show me, oh my god, I love you. So, yeah, I have very little to complain about here. Even the stuff I didn't like is like, okay, okay, I can just like sweep that shit under the rug. I got all of this.
So let me ask you something. Do you think that this made up for them not showing up at E3?
Kinda, yeah, yeah,
Because I kind of feel so too. I mean, I feel like the big three has done well this year. The big three has done well this year when it comes to showing us, what we can expect on the horizon when it comes to this next generation. The only thing I have to say, just one criticism though, or I could say another criticism that I kind of brought up earlier, is like we just need to see more next gen games. Like the biggest next gen game that we saw here, as far as like something that really felt and looked next gen was Forespoken. That's pretty much it
mm.
in my opinion. Like we can't
Dude, I
say anything
swear,
about the Wolverine game or the Spider-Man game because it was just like CG whatever.
dude, I swear to goodness, if Spider-Man 2 is co-op, like one of us is gonna have to like do rock. We're gonna have to do rock paper scissors in order to figure out who's gonna be who.
Hey man,
I
I
got no
might have
problem
to.
being whoever.
Hey, I'll be Miles, man. I'll be Miles. I'm
And
good.
you get the Venom powers? Hell no. We gonna have to fight for this one because it's like, because it's like they improved too much on Miles, even with the Venom powers. It's like, do I really want to go back to being
Yeah,
Peter and not having
his
a breakneck
gameplay,
shit?
man. I feel like he's gonna be easy mode in the game. Ain't gonna lie, he's gonna
Dude,
be easy mode.
dude, I swear to goodness, like going back and playing like the remastered version for PS5, I'm like, God, give me back Miles. I can't go back to
It's gonna
this.
be
I can't
interesting
go
how they just
back.
like balance the two gameplays. Yeah, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool to see.
Yeah, yeah, but
But
I love this. I love what I saw. The, like that's
same,
just me. That's
same.
just me. I have very high expectations for like what PlayStation's gonna do, especially like now we're now seeing like why people should now try to find a PS5 even if like it's still fucking impossible months later to still find
Yeah,
one,
we were
which I
lucky,
just like
man. We were lucky to get
we
one.
got
Yeah,
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm like, even though this has basically been like I can still play my PS4 games on it kind of machine, and it just like a remastered game machine. It's whatever. I'm happy I have it, but now we're
yeah. I
seeing
mean,
like, okay, now you need to get one.
yeah. That's
we're
what I'm about to just say. Pretty much they showed us a reason for why we should get or why you should get a PS5 because that's one criticism that a lot of people can bring forward is that yeah like Xbox, PlayStation show us a reason as to why we need to get Xbox One, Xbox Series X. Oh my God, Xbox Series X and the PS5. You
yeah.
know, show us a reason, right? Show us the games, and I think that they showed us a lot. So that's pretty much all I gotta say. Any closing thoughts?
Nah, man. Like, man, it's just time to jump on the hype train. We're finally seeing the lineup that they should have always been showing us from the beginning of when this first started, like a few months back. But yeah, I feel like this really did make up for all the for not showing up at E3 and all the piss poor state of plays that they've had over the recent few months. Like this wholeheartedly made up for it for all of them.
Agreed. So let us know in the comment section below what you thought about this showcase, and I'll leave in the description. And please remind me to leave the link to your channel in the description, and also the No More Heroes video. Go ahead and check that out from him. And
And I
thank
got
you
some
guys
of the
for watching.
soundtrack up on here too. I even got some of the soundtrack of No More Heroes 3 up too, which has been killing it lately. So yeah, come on
Yeah,
over.
check that out too. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. We out of here. Peace.